Hi everyone. Because this is all the classes that we take, and I'm major in financial math, so my welcome. Come on in. All right. Thank you all very much for coming. I think that all of us have plenty to do this time of year, especially from 8 to 9 p.m. So from both of us, we appreciate you taking the time to be here. I'm really excited for this presentation. And by show of hands, how many freshmen are in the room? Yeah, oh, come on, higher. Sophomores, juniors, and seniors. Very good mix. Yeah, really nice one. Yeah. All right. We're going to start off explaining a little bit about us. So I'll let Rishi go first.
Yeah. Hey guys, my name is Rishi. I see a lot of familiar faces from you guys, but for those who don't know me, I'm a sophomore at Ross, studying finance, technology, FinTech. Started Michigan FinTech this year. The response has been amazing on campus so far. We've grown to over 500 students from across all the schools at Michigan. We've scaled to 5 sponsors and partnerships. We're very excited and honored to be working with Danny to present this project. And this is, you guys will hear about it, this is a one-of-a-kind project. First of its kind, actually. Yeah, for a little more background, been in this FinTech space for a little over a year now. Started with blockchain, cryptocurrencies. My interest expanded past that. Worked this summer at a lending platform that also does personal finance in New York City. Came to campus, realized that there is no ecosystem or infrastructure at all here to explore the space. And it is the most exciting space to be a part of, the hottest space to be a part of. So that's why we started, and that's why we're here today.
Awesome. So my name's Danny. I'm a senior in the business program right now. In the past few years at the University of Michigan, I've had the chance to run a business on campus. Got to compete in some startup competitions, and the business is called Woodside Distributors. We buy stuff wholesale and resell on Amazon. It's been a privilege to build a team through running that business, and was able to take it from 2 people out of high school and grow it to 10 students here at the University of Michigan. That's how I've spent a lot of my time on campus. Also involved with Alpha Campus I and AU Pi on campus. And finally, we'll be headed to Amazon in Seattle after school to work as a product manager. So, hey, welcome.
Hi. By a show of hands here, how many of you have heard of Bitcoin? Everybody. How many of you here actually hold Bitcoin? And some other coin other than Bitcoin? Still everybody. Just curious, what coins do you guys hold?
Ethereum, Ripple, Dogecoin a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, someone else? Anybody? Holds another coin other than Bitcoin, right?
All my eggs are in Bitcoin.
Oh, okay. All right. Awesome. So if you guys don't know what any of those things are, Ripple, Ether, if you guys haven't heard of that, that's okay. Just to be fair, definitely not a crypto expert myself, but you don't have to be a part of this fund. That's our main goal here is education. So I'm going to try to keep it non-technical, just spend a few minutes sort of running through the entire ecosystem, just giving you a crash course, and then we'll move from there. But we're going to start with a quick video.
What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is the first decentralized digital currency. Bitcoins are digital coins you can send through the internet. Compared to other alternatives, Bitcoins have a number of advantages. Bitcoins are transferred directly from person to person via the net, without going through a bank or clearinghouse. This means that the fees are much lower. You can use them in every country. Your account cannot be frozen, and there are no prerequisites or arbitrary limits. Let's look at how it works. Several currency exchanges exist where you can buy and sell Bitcoins for dollars, euros, and more. Your Bitcoins are kept in your digital wallet on your computer or mobile device. Sending Bitcoins is as simple as sending an email, and you can purchase anything with Bitcoin. The Bitcoin network is secured by individuals called miners. Miners are rewarded newly generated Bitcoins for verifying transactions. After transactions are verified, they are recorded in a transparent public ledger. Bitcoin opens up a whole new platform for innovation. The software is completely open source, and anyone can review the code. Bitcoin is changing finance the same way the web changed publishing. When everyone has access to a global market, great ideas flourish. Bitcoins are a great way for businesses to minimize transaction fees. It doesn't cost anything to start accepting them, and it's easy to set up. There are no chargebacks, and you'll get additional business from the Bitcoin economy. For more information about Bitcoin, visit weusecoins.com.
So that's all right if that was still a little hard to understand. It's really hard to go through that in 2 minutes. It'll take a lot longer to fully understand how the whole ecosystem works. But a few takeaways from that, sort of might sound like buzzwords. Bitcoin is a fully digital and decentralized currency. Decentralized meaning there's no single point of failure. It's not overlooked or held by any financial institution. There are no financial intermediaries. So it allows two people to transact value. It can be currency, it can be anything of value without a trusted financial intermediary. So that's very powerful, very exciting space. Definitely the hottest space right now if you think of FinTech. I'm going to run through sort of some of the key tenets of really what make up this ecosystem. So you heard the term miners in the presentation or in the video. So miners are actually the people that control their transactions on the Bitcoin protocol. They can be individuals, they're really computers, but they can be owned by individuals, they can be companies. Every time a transaction occurs on the Bitcoin network, you have these miners who compete to verify that transaction and add it to the blockchain, which is a whole other talk, but essentially it's basically just think of one big public ledger of transactions. Those are what miners are. They control the ecosystem in terms of releasing new Bitcoin. And they also get rewarded with Bitcoin for doing so. So another key term is exchanges. And exchanges are really the on and off ramps between our current financial system into this cryptocurrency ecosystem. So they allow you to purchase and hold and trade cryptocurrencies using fiat currency. So I can use my dollars or my euros or my yen to purchase Bitcoin or Litecoin or any of the coins that you may have heard of. That's really the key component of sort of easy entry into sort of the next generation of financial systems. So wallets so you don't actually store your Bitcoin in a wallet, like the actual wallet. You're actually storing something called your Bitcoin address, and that's essentially how people send money to each other. So everybody in their wallet has a Bitcoin address, and to send Bitcoin from one person to another, it's as easy as sending from address to address. Wallets can be a part of exchanges, but you can also hold your wallets offline, which is usually good practice to not hold them on exchange, but that's another conversation. And merchants are just everyday companies that integrate Bitcoin into their payment systems. You guys might be surprised to hear some companies that accept Bitcoin. Microsoft accepts Bitcoin for any digital purchase on Xbox or the Windows Marketplace. Subway accepts Bitcoin. WordPress accepts Bitcoin. We haven't seen any mass adoption yet, but these are just a few of the key players who are driving this ecosystem forward. So we talked a little bit about altcoins. You might have heard of Ether or Litecoin, but essentially, other than Bitcoin, there are hundreds, maybe even thousands of alternative coins out there. Now, Bitcoin actually makes up half of all the value of all cryptocurrencies. So it has the highest market cap by far. But there's a host of other Litecoins. Altcoins. You'll hear about them in the news, especially Ether and ICOs and all that stuff. But they're very volatile, which you'll learn about as well. And again, you can actually buy this with fiat currency, which I'll tell you about in a second. So how do you actually buy cryptocurrency? I talked about exchanges and going from your US dollars into these exchanges to actually enter the ecosystem. So Coinbase is one of a handful of exchanges that allows you to exchange between fiat currency into cryptocurrency. So it's as easy as pressing, like or taking a Snapchat. You set up an account on Coinbase, which is the most popular way. Link up your bank account, and you can buy Bitcoin with dollars, with euro, with yen. That itself is limited. For anyone that uses Coinbase here, you know that they only hold 3 coins on Coinbase, so you can only buy Bitcoin and Litecoin and Ether. Like I said, there are hundreds of other coins out there. So if you want to buy any other coins, you need a fully digital exchange. Again, there are hundreds of these, but for the sense of this project, we'll focus on Bittrex. So Bittrex is an example of a fully digital exchange. So it's purely crypto to crypto. There's no US dollar deposits or withdrawals, no fiat currency involved. So for example, I would buy Ether with Bitcoin. So you buy cryptocurrencies with cryptocurrencies. It's a little difficult to understand once you guys are actually familiar with this platform, and I encourage you to check it out. You'll get a sense of what I'm saying. But essentially, just to walk you through a really quick example, I can buy Bitcoin with my dollars on Coinbase. Again, that gets held in a wallet that we discussed. I can send Bitcoin from my wallet to the Bittrex wallet, and then from Bittrex, I can buy 200 plus coins with my Bitcoin. So I can buy any other cryptocurrencies with the crypto that I own. And then if you want to liquidate that and turn that back into US dollars, you have to go through an exchange like Coinbase. Hopefully that was helpful for anybody that didn't ever understand Bitcoin or what all this hype was about. Now I'm going to pass it on to Danny to talk about the actual fund and why you guys are here today.
Awesome. So we've got to chat with some of the other universities in the United States that have done things around blockchain and cryptocurrencies. The first of which is MIT, Berkeley, and some of the other top players that we're all very familiar with. And what we learned, welcome everyone, grab a seat as available. What we learned is that nothing like what we're launching exists in the United States that we can find. So there is no student-managed, individual decision-making cryptocurrency trading group. This is going to be the very first one. So part of this is going to be an experience working together and a bit of an experiment. And what we're really excited for is to find smart people that are curious and to put them in a room together because it's going to be learning on everyone's behalf. And it's wonderful that the University of Michigan is really supportive to new entrepreneurial ventures. A great example of that, and I have to call you out, so I'm sorry, Stuart, but Stuart Thornhill is here in the back, and for those of you that have not met him yet, one, I would say you're not going to get home tonight, but I would recommend meeting him. He's the executive director of the Zell-Lurie Institute, so if you want to do entrepreneurship in the Ross or in the Michigan ecosystem, you should know Stuart. And thank you very much for being here and supporting us.
Yeah, thank you.
So let's dive into the details. What is Wolverine crypto trading? So we are a fund that is privately funded. Each member will have $1,000 in their account in Bitcoin to start, and members will have full control over trading decisions. So there are hundreds and hundreds, similar to penny stocks in the stock market. There are ICOs, initial coin offerings, every day now, of different technologies that launch coins. So while Bitcoin is just a ledger for keeping track of transactions, Ethereum and Ether is an example of a different technology that is based on smart contracts. And so each of the different coins has a different use case, and the coins have value related to that use case. There'll be 8 to 12 students that join Wolverine crypto trading in the first cohort, and the first cohort is going to be this first fall semester of this school year. So we plan on continuing, but our commitment to each other for those that join is going to be this semester of school. In December, we'll talk about how this worked out and whether we want to continue together. Students will keep half of the gains. This, to me, is the really exciting part, is that you can make money without any risk. What could be better? So as part of this network, you're going to be given $1,000 to trade, and any gains on that will be half yours. Any losses will be zero of yours. So there's only upside in this opportunity. The goal is not to make money. That is not why we are doing this. The goal is learning. And this is a really big ecosystem in FinTech, and it's worth all of our education to understand what's going on.
So let that sink in one more time. There is no other fund of this kind in the entire United States. Yes, there's investment funds that are run by students, but none where anybody gets to manage their own individual portfolios and keep half of the money they make. Like you said, it's free money with no risk. So first of its kind.
I have a hunch that the education and discussion will be worth a lot more than a few $100 potentially, right? All right, so ready to join us. So for those that have not been to our website yet, please check us out at wolverinecryptotrading.com. We ask for a resume and a UMich transcript, and then there are a few questions that are listed up there that are to be answered in a few sentences as you feel comfortable with. The deadline for the application is October 15th. We've got them rolling in already, which is exciting, and I look forward to, I got to meet most of you before this started, so I'm excited to see that. And by October 22nd, we'll be moving forward with some candidates. What we're looking for, the biggest thing is curiosity. And we want people that want to learn. Discussion is really important. Trading is not the most important thing at all. It says that what do you not need? We are not looking for stock market trader experts. We're looking for really curious individuals, and your answers to the questions are really important. So in the previous slide, there were a few questions that go along with your application. Please take those very seriously, because that's how we get to see what's going on in your head. And time commitment. We're going to have weekly meetings, and as you guys saw, there are 8 to 12 students that will be in this first cohort, which means everyone here cannot be part of this organization. But what we'd like to do is once a month, we're going to host open sessions where we do invite the community to join us. So we'll have all of your emails after this, and I'd really enjoy if everyone here showed up once a week and we all got to discuss together. There's going to be independent research. Again, if you're trading and you have a portfolio, that's going to take time. And we're going to be publishing blogs as part of this group. And so the commitment is going to be 1 blog per month that students publish, and we're going to have that on a schedule. It's going to be very open as to what you write about in your blog, and we're going to have a way for you to get to more readership. And so I'm really excited to see how individuals choose to spend their time writing and publishing content in this space. It'll be about 3 to 5 hours per week. And again, I want to emphasize that the commitment is for the fall semester. Please.
If you're a freshman, do you just put in your high school GPA?
If you're a freshman, please put in no GPA for right now. Thank you. Any other questions at this point?
And the resume for freshman, we can use the same one that we use to apply to colleges or?
Please. Yeah, you don't have to create a resume for this, but if you could put some of your experiences, that'd be helpful to us. And now we'll take questions.
Yeah.
Will you say your name, please, just so everyone knows?
Mike.
Mike. Hi, Mike.
Where do you get the funding from?
It's personally funded.
So you put the money in.
I did.
So what happens when half the money gets lost, or if it happens?
We'll evaluate at that time.
That means you don't have an answer. Then. You must have something in mind. You know.
If half the money gets lost?
Yeah.
That'll be part of our learning experience.
Are you looking for potential additional funding?
At this time, we are not looking for potential additional funding. Thank you, though.
Yeah, I was also curious about how sustainable it's going to be if it's like half the gains are going to be distributed to the students and there's no losses that we incur.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, how is that possible for you guys to keep up with?
One, we've got a lot of support from the entrepreneurship departments across the University of Michigan. And two, we're really excited about this. And so this is going to be a learning opportunity for everyone involved, including us.
Are we allowed to invest in ICOs also?
If Bittrex supports it, yes.
Yeah, so
So it's mainly through Bittrex, right?
all
It's gonna be
trading will
entirely
occur on
Okay,
Bittrex
got it.
exchange.
Oh.
Yeah, so you're not going to be sending any funds outside of your Bittrex account, but if you don't understand what that means, you don't need to right now. But to answer your question, Andy.
At these discussions, will we be talking about other things like making your own cryptocurrency or other news about just blockchain related stuff?
So the discussions are actually going to be led by members. So we're going to be rotating who leads the discussion, and individuals will get to choose what they want to talk about. And the group has to approve it, the topics, but there's going to be freedom to investigate and present to everyone else on what you're independently interested in.
Does Bittrex only accept Bitcoin, or can you use other cryptocurrencies?
You can use-
to buy other cryptocurrencies?
You can use just about all of them.
Yeah. You can buy any crypto with any crypto. That's support on Bittrex, which supports about 200 coins, if I'm not mistaken. But all the top 100 market cap coins are supported on Bittrex. So.
Would we all be sharing an account, or would everyone have their own Bittrex account? And then follow up, would you be allowed to use like a third-party software to trade as well?
Yes, on third-party software. Bonus points if you create the software or work with someone to create the software. And again, it's your portfolio. And we will all be on Bittrex. And there will be individual accounts.
And we're not going to tell you how to invest. We're not going to tell you what coins to invest in. We're going to have discussions as a group. We can even discuss strategies if that's something of interest, but we're not going to. You have total say and autonomy over your investments.
And one thing that we plan to have is a live rank of everyone's portfolio. So there might be a little bit of competition, but if someone shoots up one day, I think they'll be expected to talk for a few minutes at the beginning of the next session.
how often can you like buy and sell without like incurring fees?
Yep. So on Bittrex, there are two options. You can either do a market order, which is right, buy whatever at whatever the market price is, and those fill instantly, or you can do a limit order. So hey, if it gets to $5,000, then sell, or then buy. And in that case, it would be when it hits that number. If you were matching with the market, so let's say you do a market order, it's instant, and it pops up on your screen traded. And the fees are very, very, very small. It's the network fees, and that could be. If anyone's curious what that is, that's a good Google search homework assignment.
Yeah, but I'll do it for you. Bittrex is 0.25%, I think, I believe, is the fee. Right?
For every trade.
Yeah. So,
And then there's also fees when you want to cash out on Coinbase or.
so at the end when you're done, you're transferring your funds, it'll be fees as well, yeah. But again, fees and returns isn't really the main goal. It's the education part.
Is there an ability to do options or puts on the platform?
On the platform, there's not an ability to do that right now. I've been reading about a lot of third-party software and developers that are building plugins, which it would be exciting if someone here presented on that to the group at one point.
So if you want to short Bitcoin on Bittrex and you don't have any faith in the stability of the altcoins, you can't do US dollar transactions on Bittrex. What options do you have?
To short Bitcoin? You can't.
You can't short
Yeah.
Bitcoin.
It's not possible.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible on Bittrex.
But if you build your own algorithm.
We're actually designing that right now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's very interesting. I didn't know that.
Other questions? All right. So it is 8:32. We're going to be sticking around here for a while. I would really encourage everyone. There are a lot of interesting people in this room. Like mix and mingle and get to meet each other because I think that we would all find that very valuable.
Feel free to come up to us and talk to us and ask any questions about Wolverine crypto trading, about Michigan FinTech, about us. Before we sort of break out, I want to thank you guys for all coming out here today. This would not be possible without you guys and you guys coming out and showing your support, so I really appreciate that. I also want to thank my team, the MF team here, Nikhil, Raymond, oh, there he is. There's Raymond. And
He even gave up his chair. He was the first one.
What a guy. I want to thank those guys for helping me put these slides together, helping me run MFT and making it a success.
What is MFT?
MFT is Michigan FinTech. So that's actually sort of who we're partnering with here is Danny, WCT. So Michigan FinTech is really about, not really about the club, it's about bringing FinTech to the masses at Michigan. Like I said, this is our first month here. We scaled to 500 students from across all the schools, all the years. Like I said, we have 5 sponsorships and partnerships with leading FinTech companies. We put on events with them, recruiting events. We are doing resume drops right now. So that's what Michigan FinTech is. I see a lot of familiar faces here, so hopefully you guys are a part of that. If not, MichiganFinTech.org, you can find it on their website, the WCT website as well. But last but not least, I want to thank Danny. It's an honor working with you. And without him, this would literally not be possible. He has taken more initiative than anyone I know in putting this project together for you guys. And we're both just really excited to deliver this to you guys, and hopefully you guys are too. Awesome.
Thank you everyone for coming.